guys, it's Jasmine. Welcome back to my channel. Today I was going to film a special effects makeup video for you guys, and I'm sorry if I'm not making a lot of sense. I'm tired, it's late, so I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in. What you're gonna need is nose and scar wax, and this is in the color Fair because I am pale, and I think this is actually the lightest that it comes in because I need it, and it's still technically too dark for me because I glow in the dark. So there's this. You're going to need a bruise palette, and this one is from, I want to say, a Spirit Halloween store. I love this bad boy. You are also going to need liquid latex. This is called Flesh Latex. I got this from Spirit as well. Same brand, Spirit. This is a blood gel that you're going to need. You're also going to need Spirit Gum, and if you're smart and don't forget that you own it, you should use Spirit Gum Remover, but it seems like every single time that I go to take off any of my special effects makeup, I forget I have this and I just rip it off and hurt myself. So this stuff saves the day. So definitely use this. It usually comes with this and then I toss it aside because I'm like, oh, I don't need it. And then I forget I have it. Hence why I have this much versus this much. Don't be me. Do it right. Alright, so you're going to start out by opening the Spirit Gum that really needs to be opened. Ah, here we go, success. And so you just put your Spirit Gum right here on your hand. And let me tell you, Spirit Gum is sticky and potent. So this is going to hurt to come up because I have hairy arms. So you're going to go ahead and add your Spirit Gum, and you can't really see it. I know you can kind of see the sheen. So the Spirit Gum's about here to here, and I'm not going to make a very big cut, but I figured it's still going to be big enough for you guys to see. So you want to let this dry until it starts to get tacky, and because my Spirit Gum is kind of old, it's probably going to get tacky quicker because it's kind of thick. So you can even do this and like wait for it to get tacky. And then all you got to do is you get your nose and scar wax. This one is from Ben Nye, and you're just gonna go ahead and pull out a piece, and you don't need a lot. This is enough to do a pretty decent scar. And you're gonna go ahead and warm this up in your hands a little bit, and this does get sticky, so you're just gonna roll it in here, and it heats up pretty quick. So you're just gonna roll it, and then you're gonna make your snake. And I'm going to make a thinner snake with some fat parts to it. So here's my snake. You're going to go ahead and just pop that puppy on right there. And you can see it's already sticking. Now because this is so sticky and because this is still sticky, what I suggest you do is I suggest that when you push it down, that you kind of push it on the edges like this, and if you start feeling it get too sticky, then you're going to need to get a little bit of Vaseline on your fingers so that it slides better. So you're going to go ahead and just push it down, and your goal is to make it as flat as possible so that it looks like it's part of your skin and that it's not actually a piece of nose and scar wax. Just go ahead and push, 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 push. Make sure you get these edges right here, and you can see it looks like it's part of me. It can definitely be thinner. And like I said, just keep in mind, the thinner you make it on the edges, the more legitimate it's gonna look. And you're just gonna go and keep kind of moving it out. Just keep your bump. This spot right here looks like it needs to be blended a little bit more. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and make my cut. Now, I think that a jagged cut is going to look a little more real than just a basic slice. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of pick that slice. And you can go ahead and kind of pull this over and make it look more legit, where it's open more, like that's where the gash really was, and play with it. And then of course if you have what's lifted up right here, you're going to want to kind of blend it down to make it look more legit. And I felt like that was a little too bumpy. So I'm just gonna blend it out. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna put your liquid latex over your scar. Now this is called Flesh Latex, and I'm gonna just use my fingers. That I feel is my favorite way of doing things, is just using my fingers. I'm a very hands-on person. So now, just so you have a disclaimer, this smells terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm not going to tell you what it smells like, but I think once you smell it, you'll know. It kind of smells like tinkle. It kind of smells like other stuff. It smells absolutely terrible. Kind of fishy. So just, if you're putting it on your face especially, your eyes will water, your eyes will burn, your nose will be on fire. So keep that in mind before you start using it. Luckily I'm putting it on my hand, so I'm not going to smell it that bad, but just having it open, I can already smell it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my finger on it, kind of shake it out, and I just got some on me, and it literally, I'm just going to dab it on like this, and it's going to start drying like skin. And just put it over your scar, kind of blend this out. You're wanting to kind of blend it out to where the spirit gum, you're going to want to blend it out to where the spirit gum kind of ends. So just blendy, blendy, blend out. And you're going to let it dry. Okay, now that it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to start doing the makeup process to make it look legit. Now this spot right here is still a little bit wet. I'm not really that concerned about it, to be perfectly honest. You'll know that the latex is dry when it goes clear. So I would say that this is pretty safe. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get your bruise palette. This is not from Ben Nye. I want to say this is also one that I picked up at the Spirit Halloween store. But these colors are legit. I feel like if you're going to buy anything that I show you in this video, this is what you want. You want this. I cannot make these colors. I can try my best, but when it comes to these colors, I feel like they are just legitimate. So your best bet is to kind of go in order, and you can change the order of these, but I keep them in order of how I'm going to use them. So first you're going to want to use the darkest color, which is this black right here. And if you think about a wound is going to be dark on the inside. So you're going to want to go ahead and you're going to want to use just a little bit of this. You don't need much, and I'm going to put it in the bottom of my butter knife because I'm going to be honest, I didn't buy orange sticks. I forgot them. So a butter knife will do. It'll have to do. Normally though, you should use an orange wood stick to do this. And you're just going to go ahead and put it in like this. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but you're going to go ahead and put that in because you're wanting to add depth to the scar. And that's all you're really going to use that for. You don't need to use that for anything else. So here's the depth that you're adding. Your next color is going to be this reddish purple color. And this one you're going to want to use for the inside and the edges. So I'm going to use my fingers because, again, I said, you know, I feel like my finger is my best blending tool and my best palette. So you can see that it looks pretty red, pretty dark. So you're just going to go ahead and go like this on the edges. And you just want to move it in and blend it out. And you're wanting to put it on the edges, on the inside, and just kind of keep going around. And remember, a wound is going to always be darker on the inside, and it's going to be lighter on the outside. So I'm grabbing a little bit more. You're going to go ahead and just do the edges, do the edges. And I'm going to make it look like it was also bruised because I like how that looks. Actually, I lied. I'm going to make it so it looks like it's infected. because that's gross, right? And it's Halloween. So you're wanting to kind of blend out like this. And we're gonna move on to our next color. Now your next color is gonna be this red right here. So we're gonna go ahead and use that one. And keep in mind, you don't wanna just make it perfect like this because wounds aren't perfect. You know, wounds are a little off. So you're wanting to make it look as natural as possible. So I'm gonna use a different finger this time. And this color is like an orange, a reddish brown color. We're just gonna kind of go back in and kind of stipple it, if that makes sense. And blend it out. Next, we're going to move on to this green color. Now, this green is going to make it look bruised. It's also going to make it look infected. You can do a lot with this greenish yellow color. For me, I'm just going to try and make it look like it might be slightly infected. It might be slightly bruised. And when you put it on there, it looks darker. If you put it on just your plain skin, it's going to look lighter, like the outside of a bruise. And you just blend, blend, blend. Blending is your friend when it comes to wounds. And remember, you want the lighter colors on the outside and you want them to blend into the other colors. Now right here, it's kind of hard to blend because I have a little bit of the spirit gum and the latex, so you can just rub it and make it look like it kind of blends in more natural. It just takes time. So it kind of looks like I whacked my hand and I cut it. Now this is going to be kind of hard to blend out, but you just keep kind of pushing it. And the cool thing about the latex is, once you put the latex on, you can actually pull up pieces of it. So if you wanted, you could use your knife. Let me wipe this off. You can actually pull pieces of your latex up. And you just kind of go like this. And it does hurt a little bit, I'm going to be honest. It doesn't hurt bad, but you're more or less peeling it up. So you can kind of mess it up a little bit and make it look like you have some rug burn where your skin was peeled off. And this hurts because I'm pulling my hairs, but you can just kind of mess it up. Because to me that looks like my skin was peeling. And then in these rug burns, whatever you want to call these spots right here, just keep in mind that you're going to make them look darker in the middle. So we're going to pull out our black again. This time I'm going to this time I'm going to use the edge of this like I did before. You're just going to go ahead and add it in. And then we're going to go in with this darker color, and I'm going to use the knife again. I'm not even going to wipe the knife off because you're wanting the colors to blend together. And then you would just kind of add more color to it. We can add a little bit more color over here because, to be honest, I feel like it looks a little too perfect. So I'm just going to add it like this with the knife, kind of get over here, and then just blend. And blend these. And I personally like the look of a little bit of latex popping up and a little bit of nose and scar wax popping up, because I feel like it looks like your skin is ripped open, right? So this looks like it needs to be blended out a little bit more. If you look in this crevice right here, I'm gonna just go ahead and blend that out more. Look, I opened that up. I think that looks pretty cool. I think that looks pretty legit. Now, I know this may not look 100%, but once we add the blood, it will. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my theatrical blood out and I'll show you how it looks. Now this right here is blood gel. So this stuff is super thick. It looks like a scab or coagulated blood. It's not thin. And so I'm gonna go ahead and open that up, and I'm gonna use my knife to do it, just because again I don't have an orange stick. Normally an orange stick will fit in there a lot better. So excuse my terrible props. And you can see there's just a little bit on there, and then when you put it in, it looks like real blood. I'm gonna do a little bit more, and there's really no rhyme or reason to this. You just want it to look as real as possible, so you don't want it to look perfect, because if a cut is perfect, you know, it doesn't look super real, or it looks deliberate. So I went ahead and I added that, and then now's the time too, you can open up your cut a little bit more. You can push out the blood a little bit more, and just keep playing with it. You can make it look however you want. Personally, I think that looks pretty legitimate, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching this video. Go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.